Hello, Nick Jones here and welcome along to a HIIT session at the Lakeside Fitness Studio. Before you get started, please read the disclaimer in the description box below. And as always, if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel, it really helps me. Like, comment, share, whatever. Apart from that, let's get to it. So we're just going to start the warm-up with some swinging of the arms side to side. Some active stretches to start with. Then we're going to slowly lift the heart rate as the warm-up goes on. Now forwards and backwards with the arms, so arms nice and straight. And just kind of like marching arms. Now a warm-up for the rotator cuff, arms out straight to your side, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down. Just switch them over. Then we're going to warm up the tricep, marching arms, but touch the back of your neck each time. This makes you bend your elbow and warm up the tricep and bicep. Next up, just some torso twists. So just twisting your shoulders and upper body in relation to your hips. This is warming up the back. Okay, now little jog, then knee up towards the chest, and then just hold it for a second, and then switch the sides. Little jog, hold the knee. Little jog, hold the other knee. Again, we're just slowly going to lift the heart rate now. Okay, so now up. So open the gate. So knee up towards your chest, then circle round, then hit a little squat, then do the other leg. Just warming up the hips and slowly starting to get that heart rate up.
10 seconds.
In a sec, we're going to switch directions. So we're going to go around the gate now. So start out wide and then bring it to the center of your body and then hit the squat in between each leg. Active stretches just gets every body part moving. Now next up, we're going to do some walkout. So from toes, then walk down onto the floor, kind of out into press up position, walk back in, then hands up towards the ceiling or sky in my case. Right, now reverse lunge with a little twist. Okay, so just a gentle reverse lunge, don't have to go too deep.
Halfway there.
And then if your left leg's forward, left twist. If your right leg's forward, right twist. Just this and some jumping jacks to go. And then we're going to be nice and warm, ready to go.
10 seconds.
So just a few jumping jacks, 10 seconds. And that's it, finish there. Now let's get ready to start the HIIT workout. So our first move is going to be our press up plank jack. So it's going to be like a normal press up, but then when you're in the top position, so where your arms are straight and you're up on your toes, you then just jump your feet out, jump your feet back in, then go back down into the press up. This still works from knees, so do the press up from knees, then go up to toes, do the plank jack, and then go back to knees for the press up. If you want to make it harder, go faster and make the jump more intense, so jump out wider and quicker. If you want to make it easier, slow everything down.
Halfway there.
And don't go quite as deep on the press up. Just go as deep as you feel you can. But for every single move today in today's HIIT session, basically to make it more intense, make the jump portion more extreme, faster, more exaggerated. To make it easier or to protect your joints, take the jump element out of each movement and slow it down. So rest there. Next up, we are going to do our snow angel. Arms and legs nice and straight out in front and behind you, lying on your tummy. Flex everything up, so get your thighs and your chest into the air. And then just slowly pull your hands down and around, keeping your arms nice and straight. But you don't really want the hands to go lower than your ears. So pull it round, pause at the ears where your hands are sort of level with your ears. Squeeze your lats on the side of your back. Flex every muscle in the back of the body. Big pause, big squeeze, and then slowly bring the arms back round up to the top. Try and stay in the air for the whole time if you can, so keeping the arms and legs in the air the whole time. But if not, if you need rest, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can in the time. And just draw those snow angels. 2, 1, rest there. Next up is going to be your squat thrust, but with a little twist on it, okay? So your squat thrust is where you start in kind of press up position, jump both feet in as far as you can, but then you're going to try and rock back onto your heels, lift your hands into the air, straight back down, and then give me another one. So jump back out, so there we go, just like that. So again, this is the hardest version of the move. If you want to make it even harder, just try and race and go as fast as you can. If you want to make it easier, kind of step it out, like I'm about to demonstrate in a second. Here we go. So just step out, step in, step in, hands off the floor, hands back on the floor, step out, step in, step in. If not, do the jump, get that heart rate high as you can. Remember, the harder you push in these HIIT sessions, the more results you get. And whatever that is for you, just do your best.
Rest.
And rest there. Next up, we are going to hit our squat pulses, okay? So basically, you're going to go down to the bottom of the squat. Try and get your hips in line with your knees. So go nice and deep into the squat, or go low if you want.
Let's go.
And then you're just going to pulse the bottom 5% of a body weight squat. If this is too difficult, feel free to just do normal body weight squats, or do a normal body weight squat with a little bit of a pulse at the bottom and then go back up. And just remember, if at any point you need rest during this session, that's absolutely fine. I almost deliberately tried to set the session too hard, so there's always room for improvement. If you can just do the session easily, chances are you're not doing yourself much good,
10 seconds.
as you're just doing what you can already do. But if you want to get stronger, you've got to push yourself.
Rest.
Rest there. Okie doke. Next up, what you're going to do is 1 press up, 1 overhead lift. You can do this with a weight if you like. So have a weight in front of your nose on the press up. Press up down towards that weight. Jump both feet in. Pick up the weight, lift it up above your head. If you don't have a weight, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to use a weight. You can just jump in and lift your hands up towards the ceiling. So it's jump out, jump in, hit 1 press up, lift the weight above your head. 1 press up, jump in, lift the weight above your head. Drop the weight, jump out, press up down, jump in, lift the weight above your head. To make it harder, go faster. Try and get as many reps in the time as you can. To make it easier, instead of the jump, just step it out and slow everything down. Just do what you can in the time. But just remember, however hard you push for yourself, the more results you'll get. Rest there. Next up, the lower back swim. So what you're going to do, face down, tummy on the floor, chest on the floor. What you're going to do is just lift your legs into the air, and then keeping your legs nice and straight, just swim them. So try and keep your thighs in the air if you can, or as much of your thighs in the air as you can. Keeping your legs as straight as you can, and just swim your legs. And again, you can slow this move right down to make it easier, or do it faster to make it harder and hold it up for longer. But again, I think it's super important with these HIIT style workouts, we work the back of the body as much as the front. Not just doing a load of press-ups, burpees, and mountain climbers, because we don't want to get all hunched over in our posture. We want to work the back of the body as much as the front. Well, let's just see it through. 5 seconds. Rest there. Next one up is our split leg mountain climber. So you're going to go press up position, but you're going to have 1 foot, so your right foot up by your right hand, and your left leg back in kind of normal press up position. Then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of jump the legs and switch them over. And what that's going to do is get that big bend in the leg at the top, keep the bum nice and low, and it's going to really get into your legs. And you can step it out like I'm doing there, but with that jump and getting that big kind of deep bend at the knee at the front, we're going to really get into the glutes, the hamstrings, the legs, and it's going to send the heart rate sky high. Again, to make it harder, make the move more explosive, take fewer pauses, go faster. To make it easier, slow it down and kind of do this sort of jump pattern like I'm doing at the moment, where you sort of jump, pause, or just switch between them quick as you can. like I'm doing now.
Rest.
Okay, next move, we're going to do a lunge pulse. So you're going to be on your feet next. You're going to go left leg nice and far forward, right leg nice and far back. And then you're just going to go straight up and down towards the floor. And you're just going to pulse it. Option, you can add weight here if you like, if you have any. But you're going to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Try and get that rear knee as near to the ground as you can. Keep an eye on your front knee. Make sure that knee doesn't go out in front of the tongue of your shoelaces. So we don't want to be going forwards and back, we want to be going straight up and down. So real good one, this one. Really burns the legs up.
Halfway there.
This round, we're going to do the left leg forward. Next round, we're going to do right leg forward. And just keep it going, good as you can. Just keep an eye on that front knee.
10 seconds.
That rear knee is just going straight down towards the floor. And rest there. Next up is going to be our most intense move, the squat thrust burpee. So where you're in press up position, squat thrust in, squat thrust out, squat thrust in, jump up, hands towards the sky or ceiling.
Let's go.
So it's like a burpee but with just an extra squat thrust at the bottom. And let's go. So remember, you can kind of step it out to make it easier, or to make it harder, do as many as you can in the time. That's it, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, then up onto your feet, jump up towards the sky. And that's it, here we go. Remember, the faster you push yourself, the higher you get the heart rate, the more you spike the metabolism, the higher you spike your calorie burn. And so you're burning calories long after the session. Let's see it through.
10 seconds.
Okay, rest there. So let's go for lap number 2. So we're going to go back to the press up with the plank jack at the top. So you're going to go press up all the way up to the top position, then jump your feet out wide, jump your feet back in narrow, then go back down into the press up again. Press up from toes or press up from knees. Whatever your fitness level is, just do what you can. And remember, the harder you push yourself and the faster you go, the more explosive the movement, the more calories you're going to burn, the fitter you're going to get, the stronger you're going to get. Round 2, let's do this. Also, just another tip, when you're doing the press up or the plank jack, try not to let that bum drop below the shoulders. You want to keep that bum in line with the shoulders. You don't want your kind of chest coming off the floor first, then your hips. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your lower
10
back.
seconds.
So apart from that, just do what you can in the time and push yourself hard as you can. Rest there. Okay, next move up is going to be those snow angels. So you're on your tummy, arms and legs straight out in front and behind you. Flex everything up into the air, so thighs and chest into the thighs, chest and arms up into the air. And then pull your arms round.
Let's go.
Squeeze the lat muscles on the side of your back and then back out to the top. But try and stay in the air the whole time if you can. If not, you can take a pause at the top position and kind of break up each rep. But again, as you pull those arms down, try and squeeze those muscles as hard as you can. Every muscle on the back of the body. Really good for posture if you've got a desk job, and really good for balancing out the press-ups.
Ten seconds.
And let's just make those snow angels to the end. 2, 1, rest there. Next up, we are going to hit our squat thrust to feet. Okay, so what you're going to do is press up position. Feet start out in the press up position to start with. Then jump your feet in. Rock back onto your heels, get your hands off the ground. Then go straight back in, jump your feet out, jump your feet in, hands off the ground. That's it. So again, how many times can you get your palms into the air in the time? Can you beat last round? So you almost want to count your reps per round. See if you can beat it each time. And again, remember, like any of the moves today, to make it less intense, take the jump out. So you see I'm stepping it out now. That's your option. If not, stick with the jump. So like any of the moves today, to make it less intense, take the jump out, slow it down. But if you want to make it more intense, increase the rate of the jump, make it more intense. for a bigger calorie burn. Finish there. Next up, we are going to go for our squat pulse. So you're going to hit a normal squat, but when you hit the bottom position, you're going to stay down near the bottom position and you're going to pulse the bottom 5% of the movement.
Let's go.
Keep your chest up nice and tall. Try and get your hips as near to in line with the hips as you can. But imagine if there was a mirror in front of you, I should still be able to see a logo on the front of your t-shirt. That's it, we don't want to be sort of head down, chest down as you're squatting. We don't want it in your back. We want it all in your glutes and your legs.
Halfway there.
Just pulse that bottom 5 position. Just feel that pressure building and then try and survive it as long as you can. If you need pauses, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can, then straight back in. And rest there. Next up, back to the 1 press up, 1 burpee with the overhead lift. So 1 press up, 1 overhead lift. So you're going to be press up, weight in front of your nose if you want it is an option, but you don't need a weight for this move. So you press up down, jump the feet in, lift the weight above your head. Back to press up. That's it, lift above the head. Hands on the floor, jump the feet out. Do the press up. Jump the feet in and then lift the weight above the head. Make sure when you lift, make sure you bend your legs, keep your back nice and straight, keep your chest up nice and tall, and press it up towards the ceiling. And here we go. The more you can get in the time, the better. But remember, step it out, slow it down if you need to. Just do what you can. Right, next up, we're going to do the lower back swim. Okay, so you can be on your front, hands wherever you want. You're going to lift your thighs into the air, legs nice and straight, and try and swim your legs. Try and keep your thighs in the air the whole time if you can. And trick is you don't want to be bending at the knee, okay? So some people, when they do this, they keep their thigh bone on the floor, just bend at the leg and just kick their feet. This isn't going to be working what we want to work. You want to try and get those thigh bones into the air as much as you can when you do this. Keeping your legs as straight as you can.
Halfway there.
It's going to work the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. And it's good to work the back of the body as much as the front. If you need rest in the time, that's fine. Just do what you can. Then jump straight back in when you've had a bit of a rest. Rest there. Nice one. Next up, we are going to do our split leg mountain climber. So let's say right foot up by the right hand, left foot back in kind of where press up position would be. And then you're going to switch them over. So left foot up towards left hand and jump the right leg back. And then just switch them over. Split leg mountain climber. Key is though to this one, to make it as tough as possible, is 1, go as fast as you can. If not, you can step it out like this. So go as fast as you can, like I'm doing now. But the key is getting a bend in the whichever leg is forward. That's how you get into those legs. A big jump and keep the bum nice and low. If your bum's miles in the air, you're not going to be getting much bend in your leg. And it's not really going to be doing the magic. You're going to feel it more in the upper body. Whereas if you do it like I'm doing, you're going to feel it all in those legs. Okay, next up, back to the lunge pulse. So this time we're going to go right leg forward, left leg back. So get a nice, key is to this one is getting a nice long lunge. And you want that rear knee going up and down towards the floor. I want it grazing the floor. And I don't want the front knee going over the tongue of your shoelaces. I don't want you going forwards and backwards on this lunge. I want you going straight up and down. So that's it. And then just go as low as you feel you can, just straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down.
Halfway there.
Again, it's such a simple move, this one, but really effective. Again, you can add weight if you like. Just go as deep as you feel you can. And do what you can in the time. Okay, next one up is going to be that super intense move, the squat thrust burpee. So what you're going to do is kind of press up position, jump your legs in, jump your legs out, jump your legs in, burpee, stand up, jump up towards the ceiling or sky. So in, out, jump up, back down, in, out, and again, how fast can you do it? Can you beat the amount of reps you got in the first round, or can you match it, or can you get as close as you can to it? So in, out, and up.
Halfway there.
That's it, here we go. Using all of the muscles in the body, so it's really going to send that heart rate up nice and high. Again, you can sort of step it out if you want, to make it a bit less intense, or go as quick as you can. Last 5 seconds, push, push, push. 3, 2, 1, rest. Right, next one up, the press up with the plank jack. So you go down towards the floor as near as you can, or touch it if you can. Then press up, and then do that little plank jack at the top, where you jump the feet out, jump the feet back in, hit the press up. So one press up, one plank jack, one press up, one plank jack. Again, you can do it from knees. It works just as fine from there. But I do like this one because you can go really fast on it if you want. So if you notice, I start to really pick up the pace here. And again, to make it more intense, go as fast and as hard as you can. To make it less intense, go from the knees, don't go quite as deep on the press up, and slow the move down. Rest there. Next up, the snow angels. Onto your front, arms nice and straight out in front above you, legs nice and straight out behind you. Get your chest, arms and legs up into the air. Pull the hands round, squeeze the muscles on the side of the back, and then send the hands back up in front of your head. Trick is try and stay in the air the whole time if you can, but if you need pauses and drop down to the floor, that's absolutely fine too. Just do what you can at a time. Really good postural move. Good for anyone who sits down a lot for work or works on a laptop, and good for strengthening the rear of that shoulder.
Halfway there.
And again, because we're lying on our front and it's kind of just our tummy on the floor, it does make it nice and tense. It makes it a bit difficult to breathe, keeps the heart rate up, keeps the calorie burn up. Rest there. Next up, our squat thrust. Lift the hands off the ground, okay? So if you press up position, jump your feet in, lift your hands off into the air, jump your feet back out, and repeat. And again, how many times can you show me the palms of your hands? How quick can you go? How many reps can you get? Can you beat me? Apart from that, if you need to make it easier, step it in and step it out. I show the easier option in a second. Here, there it is. Step out, step in, hands up into the air. Step out, step in, step in. But apart from that, stick with the jump. Do as many reps as you can.
10 seconds.
Rest there. Next up, the squat pulse. So you're going to go down, you're going to hit your squat, you're going to drop down nice and low, then you're going to repeat the bottom 5% of the move. So toes slightly turned out, push your knees out wide as you drop down to help keep your back nice and straight. Keep your chest up nice and tall. So if I was in front of you, I'd still be able to see a logo on the front of your t-shirt. If your chest is kind of down facing towards the floor, you're more likely to feel it in your back. And we don't. We want to have all your weight in your legs, your glutes.
Halfway there.
And just pulse that bottom 5% of the squat. If that's too hard, just hit some normal squats, or hit a normal squat with a 5 or 10 pulses at the bottom and then go back up.
10 seconds.
If not, just hang in there, fight the burn, do what you can. Rest there, nice one. Next up, we are into the 1 press up, 1 overhead lift. So do a press up, jump your feet in, lift the weight up above your head towards the ceiling. Again, you don't need a weight. You can just imagine you have a weight and lift it up towards the ceiling or sky. Having a weight is not a necessity. Just adds a little bit of extra difficulty. 1 press up, jump in, lift the weight up. Down, jump the feet out, 1 press up, back in. Again, when you pick up that weight, bend your legs, keep your back nice and straight, chest up tall. Stand up, press it up above the head.
10 seconds.
Last 5 seconds, get as many in the time as you can.
Rest.
Rest there, nice one. Next up, we are doing the lower back swim. On the front, on your front, arms wherever you want them. Then try and get your thigh bones into the air, legs nice and straight, and just swim your legs.
Let's go.
That's it. And again, try not to bend at the knee. Some people, when they do this, they keep their thigh bones on the floor and then just bend at the knee and kick their legs like that. However, we don't want to do that. Try and get those thigh bones into the air as much as you can. That's what activates your glutes, your lower back, your hamstrings.
Halfway there.
It's kind of an awkward move, and you're on your front, so it's not that easy to breathe, so it keeps the heart rate up, keeps the calorie burn going.
10 seconds.
Next up is going to be that split leg mountain climber. 1 foot up towards your hand, 1 foot back, and then jump and switch them over. Again, a nice awkward move using lots of different muscles in the body, which is how it gets that heart rate up so high.
Let's go.
Good bend in the front leg, keeping the bum nice and low, is what makes it a leg movement, not an upper body movement. Again, you can step it out if you like I'm doing now, but key is keep the bum low, big bend in the leg at the front, in the front leg, and just jump and switch. It's a really hard move. I had to end up slowing this one down.
Halfway there.
Where I sort of do a rep, little pause, do a rep, little pause, do a rep, little pause. But if you can, sprint and jump on it.
10 seconds.
I'm going to pick the pace up now for the final 5 seconds. Let's sprint through to the finish. Last time on this move.
Rest.
Next up, as we've done the lunge pulse each side, to not make it uneven, we're going to go back to the squat pulse, where we're using both legs. So go down, hit the bottom of that squat, and just pulse the bottom 5% of the move. Try and keep the tension in your legs, in your glutes. Keep your chest up nice and tall to keep your back nice and straight. Little turn out of the toes, drive the knees out nice and wide to keep the pressure out of your back. And just pulse through it, just fight that burn. If you need pauses, that's fine, just do what you can. And just go, go, go.
10 seconds.
Approaching the end now, we've only got 1 move to go after this, cardio-wise. And we're going to be done. 3, 2, 1, rest there, nice. Next up, squat thrust burpees. So it's a burpee with that extra squat thrust at the bottom. So you jump the legs in, jump the legs out, stand up, jump up towards the sky or ceiling.
Let's go.
So in, out, jump up. Here we go. How many reps can you do? I'm on 1. There's 2. Can you take me on? Final round, final cardio move. Let's do this. You know how to make it easier by now. You know how to make it harder. Let's go, go, go.
Halfway there.
I think I get about 10 so in total. So can you take that on? Can you beat me? Here we go. Big final push, last 10 seconds. Many as you can. Final few seconds. Go, 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 go.
Rest.
and rest there. So lie on your back, have a breather, or have a drink first if you like. 30 seconds, just get some oxygen in, try and recover before we hit the abs. I actually filmed the abs session slightly wrong, so I've had to edit it to sort of put it the way round that I wanted it. But we're going to start with our bicycles. So you're going to be on your back, you're going to hit the top of your crunch first, so legs in the air, hit a bit of a crunch, then you're going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee, bicycle the legs. So opposite elbow, opposite knee, and just switch them over. So we are underway, just join in when you can. What we're going to do is we're going to do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, the same move 3 times through. Remember on this move, make sure your chin is away from your chest, you're not pulling on your head to take the pressure off the neck.
Halfway there.
So your hands are just touching your head, they're not holding, you're not pulling on your head. And just switch over. Bicycle those arms, bicycle those legs. Again, to not feel it in your back, don't kick your legs out quite as far. Or kick them up at a steeper angle. Okay, rest there. So we're going to do this 15 seconds rest, then the same move. And these rounds will really build. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Add bicycles again, opposite elbow, opposite knee, switch them over. Hit the top of your crunch first, then bicycle. You want to make sure your shoulder blades are up off the floor. But if you are feeling it in your neck, you can lie your head all the way back on the floor and still do the movement just with the arms and the legs. Here we go. The second round in now, you should be really starting to feel those abs burning, okay? If not, you need to connect with those abs harder. Again, with ab training, it's different to the stuff we've just done. It's about getting that internal mind-muscle connection. We're trying to work the muscles as hard as possible. Rest there. Third and final round on the same move coming up. They should be really screaming. So make sure your legs are on the floor, let those hip flexors rest before we go again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Add bicycles, bicycle, bicycle. Again, kick those legs out further if you want to work them harder. Crunch those shoulder blades up into the air higher if you want to work those abs harder. But make sure we're not pulling on the head harder to get your shoulder blades up into the air. That chin shouldn't be near your chest. Chin should be straight up and your head up, looking at the ceiling above you. And just fight the burn and just see it through.
10 seconds.
5 seconds before we switch the move. Rest there. Next up is going to be your Russian twists. So you can be kind of sat up. You're going to try and get your legs into the air, cross your arms and kind of twist your shoulders in relation to your hips. If you feel it at all in your back, put your feet on the floor.
Let's go.
And then just twist away. So as you can see, feet in the air. If you can, it does make it tougher. But if your back hurts at all, leave your feet on the floor. And then just rotate. So this is your option here. And then if not, just rotate your chest round towards one direction, chest round towards the other direction. Again, we're going to do 3 rounds on this, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. And just do as good as you can in the time. Just really try and brace that core and twist and move.
10 seconds.
So have a breather, make sure your feet go onto the floor, make sure you allow those hip flexors a chance to breathe. And then get ready to go again. Same move, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So here we are into the second round. And just remember your options. If you feel it in your back at all, put your feet on the floor and keep the twist moving like I'm doing now. Or if you can, feet in the air, hold them up there, fight the burn, long as you can.
Halfway there. 10 seconds. Rest.
Rest there. Right then, third and final round. Here we go. Same move again. Let's just burn up those abs. Make sure you rest those hip flexors in the gap. So get your legs flat on the floor, completely relaxed.
Let's go.
And let's go again. Here we go. So, final round on this move. So just remember your options. If it hurts your back, do what I'm doing now. Feet on the floor, twist, touch the ground as far behind you as you can. If not, stick with the feet in the air and just do what you can. Final round, final chance to endure this move. Then get ready for a little challenge next.
Seconds.
Rest there. So next up, you're going to do a bit of a challenge. We're going to go for our normal plank. As we pre-exhausted the abs, you're going to feel it more in your abs than you normally would, but you're going to go hands, forearms, elbows on the floor, toes on the floor, and you're just going to hold your normal plank. Try and keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Try and keep your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, and just brace your tummy and hold on. If you need to pause at any point, drop to knees, chill out, join back in when you feel you can. Right, now let me explain the challenge. So we've been doing 3 rounds per move, right? So on this one, you have the option to skip the rest and keep holding the plank. That's the option I'm going to go for. If not, listen to the timer, and when it tells you to rest, feel free to take the rest. If not, hang on through them. This is a really good one to check in with every so often, just to see how your max plank's going, see if it's improving over time or whatever. Apart from that, just hang on in there. So you've got the option to rest at the moment, or just hang on in there. Also a really good move to include in a HIIT style session, because it keeps that heart rate up, that constant tension on the abs, keeps the calorie burn going, keeps the calorie burn elevated from the earlier cardio round. Just hang on in there, good as you can, let's go. 15 seconds till the next optional rest. You can take the rest or you can hang in there, long as you can. If you fancy the challenge though, hang in there with me and stay up there.
Rest.
Okay, into the final round. So if you took the rest, back up, let's go. If you didn't take the rest, just hang on in there. Just another 45 seconds, so it's going to be a total of 2 minutes 45 if you can hang on the whole time. But again, I do want you trying to feel it in your abs. Okay, I want you to squeeze your abs. I want you to brace your core, pull that tummy button in, brace the tummy. 15 seconds to go. And try and feel it in those abs.
Seconds.
Last 5 seconds, hang in there. 3, 2, 1, rest there. Come on down. Next up is going to be your V-sit. So lie on your back, arms and legs nice and straight up in the air. At that top position, reach for your toes. Try and get your shoulder blades up off the ground. Then slowly lower both arms, both legs at the same time. Slowly lower them as low as you feel you can, and then go back up, reach for your toes at the top. If you start going really low and you start feeling it in your back, don't go quite as low. Or another option is leave one leg in the air the whole time. That'll help anchor your back if you're feeling it in your back at all. Trick is though is to really brace that tummy hard as you can as you lower the legs, and you then will be able to go lower without pain. But at this point in the workout, your abs are going to be pretty knackered, So there's only so much you're going to be able to kind of brace that core. So just do what you can and just make sure you're doing everything pain-free in the back.
Rest.
Okay, rest there. 1 round done, 2 to go. Then you're done. Okay, so same again coming. Last move, 3 rounds and you're done. Hardest one to finish. Arms and legs nice and straight up at the top.
Let's go.
Reach for those toes. Drop your arms, drop your legs. As far as you feel comfortable, then bring them back up, reach for those toes. Big pause, big squeeze at the top. If you notice, there's a moment at the top of the move where I'm pausing, squeezing, and I kind of freeze. That's where I'm tensing the abs each time. Again, I'm only going as low as I feel comfortable, where I'm feeling it just in my abs. If you're feeling it in your back at all, I promise you, you're not doing your back any good. So just work the abs. And remember, if you want an easier option, leave 1 leg up in the air at all times. Apart from that, finish round 2. 1 round to go and you're done completely. We're going to stretch, we're going to cool off, and then one hell of a 45-minute session is in the books.
Let's go.
Let's go. So you know what you're doing now, you know the move, it's just a case of getting the final round done. Remember your options. So to make it easier on the back, don't go quite as low, or only drop 1 leg at a time. Apart from that, let's just see it through to the finish. Big pause, big squeeze at the top, fire up those abs, squeeze them hard as you can. Make each rep harder than the last. Tense those abs harder and harder and harder.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go. Let's finish strong.
Rest.
And rest there. Time for a bit of a stretch. To start with, just drop your arms, drop your legs. So pull your arms and legs nice and long and thin like a pencil. Try and bring your feet together, hands together. And then just suck in the tummy as hard as you can. Try and make yourself as long as possible. Feel a nice stretch through the abs. Okay, bring 1 knee in, relax. Then you're going to sit all the way up onto your bum, cross your legs as if you're back in school. Chest up nice and tall, walk your hands out slowly, and then try and drop your elbows down towards the floor. Nice big stretch around the SI joint where your spine meets your pelvis. I like this stretch, it's a good one. So we're stretching our hips and our lower back at the same time with this stretch. So just holding this one for a good long time. Slowly sink deeper and deeper as the time goes on. Okay, next up we're going to do both hamstrings at the same time. So put both legs out nice and straight at kind of 45-degree angle. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep your chest up nice and tall and just lean forward. You should feel a nice stretch up the back of the legs. Try and pull your toes towards you to get a stretch down into the calves too. And just sink forward, just feel that stretch. If you do want a bit more of a stretch, I do have some longer stretch videos elsewhere on my channel. Now, apart from that, onto your side, quad stretch, heel to bum. Try and push your hip nice and far forward. You want to look down at your knee and see that your hip and knee are in a nice straight line. Try and get that heel as near to the bum as you can. Roll over onto the other side. Other quad stretch, heel right up to the bum. And then again, push that hip forward, pull that knee back. Try and get your knee and hip in a nice straight line to get the most out of the stretch. Okay, next up we're going to go for child's position. So we're going to go for feet together, knees apart, hands up nice and high, arms nice and straight. Sink back towards your heels with your hips, and then push your head down between the gap in your arms. Child's pose, I should rather say. And just sink into this. It's going to open up the chest, stretch the lats, stretch the shoulders. It's going to just open up that chest, keep our posture nice and upright. Then just sink back, sit up, hands to the base of your spine, lift your chest, try and pull your elbows down and towards each other. Stretch that chest. Have a good stretch to undo all those press ups, and then we'll call it a day there. If you did enjoy that workout, please subscribe to the channel, comment, share it to your social media, whatever you fancy. Anything really helps the channel. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.